Today, in the United States of America, we nearly have 100,000 lobbyists paid by many industries to sway government officials like members in Congress. These politicians receive money from wealthy individuals whose often main purpose is to help sway their vote in a bill that the rich have written, or help them stop a certain bill from passing. Often these bills are the ones that would harm a rich person's profits, and in return that bill would often help people who are poor. The many times that these bills have been renounced is too many to count. For example, some bills that were going to be passed to help with climate change, but were often overwritten by politicians in Congress who were often paid by the fossil fuel industries, for example. The way lobbyists would usually legally bribe a congressman/woman, and I put it in like this because giving a lot of money directly to a politician in Congress is highly illegal. But there are ways to do it legally. For example, a lobbyist could in fact go invite a congressman over, which would be paid by a wealthy individual, and the lobbyist's main concern is trying to negotiate with this congressman/woman, and basically discussing how much money. And the way they would give this money is, for example, they would start off by giving a payment of $2,500 as a single payment, like a payment to their campaign fund. But in reality, the lobbyist is going to give the politician $2,500 70 times, which would equate to nearly almost $1.5 million. Even sometimes, members of Congress would even leave their jobs in the office to become a lobbyist, because in fact, lobbyists do make more money than members of Congress. Now, the funny thing is, we actually need lobbyists. I know that sounds crazy, but since lobbying is part of our Constitution, which is our right to input our ideas and our concerns that the government is doing, like addressing what we would like to see to members of Congress in our life. However, there's one downside to this. Well, not one downside to what I just said, but a downside to a decision that the Supreme Court has made. The Supreme Court ruled that money is absolutely protected as a form of speech. There's a whole long of words that you probably would fall asleep reading halfway through, but to basically sum it up, it basically means that people who are wealthier have it easier to have their voices heard than those who are poor, where the people who are poor want their voices heard because they're at a main concern, mainly because they would want to see help and want to have a better life than the one they have now. This is the current issue with lobbying. Now, although other countries in the world have it different than we do in the US, we can change how lobbying works. One of the ways to get rid of this would be to get rid of money in politics. This way, almost any person can have a lobbyist tell members of Congress what they would want to see and what should improve for the better of the nation. If we do that, slowly but surely, we can overcome corrupt politicians and make sure that we have a government that works for all of us, not just the 1%. Thank you for listening to my video. I hope you enjoyed.